what happens next? Martha Miller, Deputy Executive Director, National Security Institute, former Special Assistant to President George W. Bush, and Doug Ollivant, Senior Fellow, Foreign Policy Research Institute, retired Army Lieutenant Colonel, join us now to at least start that conversation. Martha, you want to take this first? You know, it's, as I said, we know Iran is attacked or retaliated for our attack, however you want to couch it, and we know now what President Trump has said, which is basically, hey, let's have peace talks, and I'm going to encourage Netanyahu to do the same. What do you think happens from here?
Look, I mean, I think it's certainly possible that we could get back to the negotiating table with regard to the nuclear program. But I think, given all that has occurred this week, we've gotten to a point where certainly a potential catalyst exists for regime change, whatever that might look like, who knows. And certainly not a planned one, as far as I can tell, certainly not from the United States side. But yeah, it's possible to go back to the terms that President Trump had put forward. And Iran's strike on our base in Doha, I think, was a calibrated strike. I read somewhere reports that they'd even given a heads up about it, which might be really more for an internal audience than anything else to save face.
Yeah, President Trump said in his post that he knew in advance. Doug, where do you think we're going?
Well, wars are always tricky to predict. That's why you don't want to get into one if you don't have to. But it does look like the president has really threaded the needle on this one. He did this attack very, very unexpectedly. No one expected this. This was the best OPSEC I've ever seen out of the Pentagon. Look, I've been covering Iraq next door, so I hear a lot about what's going on in the region, and I was utterly surprised by this attack. There was no leaking out of the Pentagon, at least none that I heard. So this was done very well. The response by the Iranians appears to be some type of kabuki theater, largely for internal consumption. And now it appears like we're backing away and don't intend to be a party to this conflict. We'll let the Israelis and the Iranians decide what they're going to do. It looks like the president has handled this rather masterfully.
So then the question becomes there's a bunch of questions, but one of the questions, Martha, becomes what does Netanyahu do with this information? Because, a White House official was telling our team, Joe Khalil, earlier that they're going to stop short of saying that he's kind of putting the pressure on Netanyahu. But if you read through President Trump's statement today, he said he would encourage him to come to the table with the Iranians. So I wonder what Netanyahu does with that, Martha.
Look, I mean, they have stated that their goal is, to get rid of this potential, get rid of the nuclear ambitions in Iran, get rid of their nuclear program. At the same time, I mean, look, it's in everybody's best interest to defang Iran as much as possible, given that not just the nuclear program, but the proxies they've had, engaging in terror across over the years. Whether it be the Hezbollah, Hamas, the Houthis who are still creating problems in the Red Sea. Not to mention, from the United States point of view and our European allies' point of view, they are fueling Russia's attacks on Ukraine, hitting civilian citizens, using Iranian ballistic missiles and drones, and even a factory that the Iranians built in Russia. So there are many reasons to weaken Iran as much as we can. And so I don't know. I mean, I think for Israel, this is an existential threat. It's death, death to Israel, death to America. They call it Little Satan and Big Satan. And there's no doubt that this is existential for Israel. And so I think until they have a situation where they feel comfortable, the Israelis are going to do what they have to do.
The video, by the way, that we just popped it up again, that's I think it's Iranian state TV that they're putting out. So this is all. You said kabuki theater. There does seem to be a lot of attempted face saving that's going on here for the Iranians. I don't know how effective it is. You also talked about threading the needle from President Trump's point of view. Now you think he did that well. Now I'll ask you what I asked Martha. What about Netanyahu and what he does with all of this information, given what all the other players are doing?
Well, I think we're in a place where pretty soon it's going to be obvious that this war is, for the most part, over. Look, the Iranians are out of options pretty soon, if not already. They're going to be out of missiles. We've talked about that before.
Yep.
Their proxies have been the dog that doesn't bark. We've heard almost nothing from Hezbollah, nothing from what's left of Hamas. The Iraqi groups have been very, very quiet, largely because Baghdad is telling them to stay out of all of this. You talked about the Straits of Hormuz in your last segment,
yes.
but Iranian oil is upstream from the Straits of Hormuz, so that would be cutting off their nose. They wouldn't be able to export. And the Chinese get almost all of that oil. And if there's one player left on the board the Iranians don't want to upset right now, it's the Chinese. That's about the only friend with any capacity they have left, given that the Russians have their own fish to fry. So I don't see what the Iranians can do other than seek as much face-saving peace as they can.
Does Netanyahu then push forward with that? Does Israel then push harder, or are they open to talks like Trump seems to be encouraging them to do, Doug?
I think pretty soon we're going to see more pressure on the Israelis to accept any reasonable offer from the Iranians. I think there'll be pressure on both sides here. Like, the Iranians have clearly lost. Let's get to the table and cut a deal.
Martha, quick thought on that. We only have a few seconds about Israel.
I agree with Doug. I think that's a great point. I think, but it has to be reasonable, right? It has to be something that Israelis feel like they can live with.
Right. Yeah. Right. And you never know what you're going to get in terms of when Iran, even if they come to the table, what's the actual offer? All right. Martha, thank you. Doug, thank you.